Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do rule well and teach this truth in all honesty and sincerity. Salutation to you brothers around the four corners of the earth that push this truth in all honesty and sincerity with great diligence to wake up the hopeful elect of Israel. Shalom to you Akim that come looking like the heathen, but you are in fact of the stock of Israel, and you hold near and dear this truth and follow these laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh to the best of your abilities wherever you may be scattered. And shalom to the few sincere Akwatim that listen and learn in silence, playing your creation role as the Lord commanded you to. It's your brother Azor from GMS St. Louis coming with a video about this law that will be in effect January 1st, 2023. I'm going to let this sheriff speak, and I'm going to grab some precepts, and Lord willing, you be edified. But this is, you're going to see just how important it is to be following Yahweh, man. Because this is about to kick up, man, and the Lord is going to be the only safety or hedge, because they're taking the safety away from the people, the so-called safety.
I can't even begin to tell you how dangerous this act is. First, it was passed in the middle of the night with 40 minutes to read an 800-page bill, which is unacceptable. As of January 1st, 2023, the following things will go into effect, and people need to be aware of this. It abolishes cash bail for almost every offense. This includes, but isn't limited to, kidnapping, armed robbery, second-degree murder, drug-induced homicide, aggravated DUI, threatening a public official, and aggravated fleeing and eluding. Offenders released on electronic monitoring have to be in violation for 48 hours before law enforcement can act. They could almost drive to Alaska before we can even look for them. It denies victims their constitutional rights. And keep this in mind, businesses and homeowners. Officers will no longer be able to remove trespassers from your residence or your businesses. Someone could decide to live in your shed, and all we can do is give them a ticket. You have to decide what level of force is required to remove them and whether or not it's legal. This is a massive threat to the residents of Orland Park, Cook County, and Illinois. I want to remind voters that several elected officials that will be on the ballot in Orland Park voted for this abomination. Senator Michael Hastings, Senator Emil Jones, and Representative Justin Slaughter all voted to put criminals ahead of the safety of law-abiding citizens and police. In particular, Senator Hastings, who personally told me that that he had a family, and that this bill was horrible, and there was no way he would vote for it. An outright lie that, in my opinion, disqualifies him to hold his office. I will gladly cast my vote for this resolution and demand the repeal of the Orwellian-named Safety Act. But it doesn't end here. There is currently a bill in front of the House to remove school resource officers from our schools, which means no resource officer at Sandburg High School. The city of Chicago has already done this. I personally don't want to see the city of Chicago become the standard for how we conduct public safety, because they've abandoned their police officers and abandoned their residents and created a war zone full of criminals. There's also a bill to make fentanyl a misdemeanor in this state. And I want to remind you that we have representatives that currently represent us or will represent us potentially in the federal government that voted to not extend the fentanyl ban federally. Fortunately, it passed, but there are people that actually believe that we should have a ban on fentanyl that currently represent our community. It's just absolutely unacceptable. It's like they won't stop until they destroy our communities and our society. We all need to take a stand against This is a very, very dangerous bill.
You just heard it. They're lifting and making the laws more lenient for criminals. And what does that say about the safety of you civilians, as criminals would call you? What does that say about your safety, that it's in danger? You know, even now, someone breaks into your home and you defend your home or you kill them or whatever, you you could be sued if you harm that burglar and he sues you. He could win. It has happened. And this is like this because the earth has been given into the hands of the wicked. And the Lord is allowing them to make these moves, man. So he's justified in bringing their damnation, man. This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? You know, and when you go in to read this, it's describing the Edomites, man. You know, Job was complaining about them back in his time. You know, and they're back in rulership again for the final time, and they're ruling very wicked, being that vessel of dishonor that the Lord created them to be. But all these things have to be fulfilled. It's gonna get real tight out here, man. And best believe Jake and you women, man, y'all gonna be, some targets, man. They just opening up the floodgates for wickedness and mischief to rule. First, let me go to the book of Matthew. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Let me look up iniquity. G458. Anomia or anomia. Illegality, that is violation of law, or generally wickedness. So this wickedness is about to abound, man. And you're going to see just how hateful and how much of a lack of respect or compassion these people really have, man, in America. You're going to see that, man. Oh, the punishment is not that severe. Oh, it's going to increase, man. It's going to increase. Just like look at the women of this society. Look at how they were before. 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s even. Started getting a little turned up in the 80s, man. Because the things that were promoted and accepted, and now look where we are now. Women coming outside naked is a jaybird without no regard of her safety or what may happen to her, because there has been a false sense of protection in this place. But now we finna see just how secure things are, or just how safe you really are in America, man. And this is being done by your elites, man. Not the people that you see, the politicians, the senators, and the governors, mayors, and no. These are the people who you don't see, man. people that set the price on gas and corn and a loaf of bread. But anywho, you know, you're gonna see a lot more brutality and just disregard for your neighbor, man. Let me jump to the Apocrypha, Second Ezra. This is Second Ezra 15, and I'll start at 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So you're going to have a lot of people warring and having a lot of disputes against their neighbors, man. And think, America is one big melting pot. So you have Elamites, the so-called East Indians. You have Edomites, the so-called white man. You have Jaker, which are the Israelites. You have Moabites, which are the Chinese. You have all nations of people mixed here. And now with the lifting of the punishments for the criminal activity, what do you think is gonna happen, man? For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. So these people not gonna be studying the police as they're on a decline. They have to make these ads on these on these temp service sites, you know, be a police officer. And they have to bait them in because nobody is risking their life like that no more to become a cop, a little piggly wiggly. And they're not able to, especially Esau, and they're not able to exercise those liberties and that authority without being reprimanded. You know, so they see it's not worth it. And they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So these people gonna be coming after you, politicians and you officials, man, because they see what's going on and how this is affecting them. They're gonna be upset, man. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, with the martial law and the lockdowns and the troops. It's heating up, man, and you can see it. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And if men shall be afraid, what does that say about you women, man? You're gonna be trying to be anywhere you could be that ensures some safety for you. You're gonna look at men different now. You're gonna look at men different now. And if the Lord don't see fit for you to be saved, man, hey, he ain't gonna allow you to be safe in those times. Just bluntly speaking. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So people gonna be at each other's throats, man. And they've been showing you these purge movies for a reason, man. And I've been, looking online, and you see these videos in the comments, and you see a lot of different people putting these comments. Oh, it's looking like the purge about to start. It's looking like the purge about to start. You know, some joking, but hey, it's in the talks, man. You know, it's in the talks. Let me go to the book of Sirach, 36 and 24. Salakia, 25. Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled. And he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning. In the first part of this precept, you know, where no hedge is, the possessions are spoiled, man. And the women and children are possessions of a man. You know, they're an extension of a man's possessions, man. Something that you hold near and dear to yourself. That's where the term trophy wife comes from. Even the Bible says a man getteth a wife, he getteth a possession. You know, so yes, as a woman, you belong to your man, and your children belong to that man. And right, what are they doing, man? They're creating a society where the children and the women become a very big spoil, man. And a lot of you women have bought into it. But now you're gonna see that this is not this is not something that has your best interest at heart. This is an agenda that you're not well, you are considered in, and you're considered and factored into this agenda as a spoil. Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled. So a lot of things gonna be happening, man. That's where uh all these years has been a systematic breakdown of the family structure, getting women to believe in their mind that a man is less significant. He's not important unless he's whatever she wants him to be. But guess what? Now you're going to see how important a man is by his absence not being there and danger being there. You're going to see why you're supposed to reverence your man, why you're supposed to be his helpmeet, why you're supposed to be in order and what we say in the, back in the day, in check by your man. Because at the end of the day, when danger and violence are present, he's your protection. He's your protection. You can't expect a random man off the street to give a damn about you. You ain't his woman. And that's just is getting back to the basics, man. You know, getting back to the basics. And let me go to this is Matthew 12 and verse 24. But when the Pharisees heard it, they I'll start at 25, Salakia. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. That's what happened with Israel. The true inhabitants of that land, the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's what happened to our land. It was divided and it was brought to desolation. And every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Because they were calling the Lord Beelzebub. They were calling him, saying he had a devil. And he replied, well, if Satan be against Satan, Like basically, how can I cast out a devil if I'm a devil? But in this case, you got Esau complaining about his fellow devil brethren. And this is happening more and more with these agendas that are rolling out. You have Satan casting out Satan. You have these whistleblowers. You have these people in prominent positions of America, politics, law enforcement, that are coming out against the leaders at the top, man. So either way it goes, this kingdom is set for destruction. But what they're doing is they're jacking up all the people along the way with them. I'll read 29 anyway. Or else, how can one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house? And that's just exactly what Esau did, man. He binded our strong men, locked them up. A lot of people was doing wickedly, was breaking the law, but look at the system as a whole. It took our men and left the women and children out here to be a spoil, man. They overturn lifting up the they're lifting up the um well, I'll say they're making lenient the punishments on these crimes. But look at back in years past, man. How many of our men were locked up for meaningless bull crap, man? You know, but now they're making it to where these criminals are able to have a more leniency for doing actual real harm to people. And who does this affect the most? You women and you children, man. Because you need a covering, man. It's not safe out here, but moving right along. Um, but you see, Esau's being divided against himself, man. We go to Proverbs 28:2. For the transgression of a land, many are the princes thereof, but by a man of understanding and knowledge, the state thereof shall be prolonged. A poor man that oppresseth the poor is like sweeping rain which leaveth no food. Verse 4. For they that forsake the law praise the wicked, but such as keep the law contend with them. Now, I don't know much about the sheriff that was speaking, but he's contending against, the evil workings of his own people. And the Lord could just be using him to bring this information out to warn Jake, man, what time it is. Salakia, wait a minute. Let's see. Verse 10. Whoso causeth the righteous to go astray in an evil way, he shall fall himself into his own pit. But the upright shall have good things in possession. These Edomites are going to fall into their own pit. You see, with the drugs that they pumped into our community, it eventually took over their people, just as the opioids and the fentanyl. It just keeps going and going. The more they try to tear us down, the more it backfires on them. And now this very law being passed for this violence to be looked at with a slap on the wrist, it's gonna fall on them too, man. Let's see. As a roaring lion and a raging bear, so is a wicked ruler over the poor people. And we have ravenous beasts that rule over us, man. And they are showing themselves to be just that, man. Them serpents, them devils, man, dragons. A man that doth violence to the blood of any person shall fly to the pit. Let no man stay him. Whoso walketh uprightly shall be saved, but he that is perverse in his ways shall fall at once. You know, and these Edomites are gonna fall at once, man. Verse 28, when the wicked rise, men hide themselves, but when they perish, the righteous increase. You know, and men about to go into hiding, man. They about to be moving low because of the wicked rules that are being put forth. You got to be a fool if you think that this is a good idea, man. And the scriptures say they are children of fools, very base men. Talking about these Edomites pursuant to Job. Let's see. I'm gonna get it. I believe it's 30. Yes. Verse 8. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. You know, Job was complaining about these Edomites back in his time, man. And nothing's changed. They just gotten more wicked, man. And you know, to you women that have belittled men, talked down on men, said they good for nothing. You know, this precept is for you. This is Micah 7:10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her. You women gonna be shameful, man, when you see just how you have ran away your help, your covering, your safety, your salvation. Which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God, or thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. You know, you're gonna be wishing that you didn't run off your security, man. And you're gonna wish that you did the things, the right things that your man asked you to do. And you know who was that one. But you know, it was better to play the field. But you didn't consider the times that are ahead, man. You know. Um, go to the book of Isaiah. Dang. Isaiah chapter 32. And verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice. Ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip ye and make ye bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars, yea, upon all the houses of joy in the joyous city. Hey, all that attitude and that entitlement and that the benefits and the getting away with everything you've been getting away with is coming. It's gonna cease, man. It said, gird. Gird sackcloth upon your loins, bringing you down humble, man, putting on that shameful raiment. You know, it's not gonna be peaceful anymore. I'm gonna leave off with Proverbs. Salakia. Salakia. I didn't finish that. It was more on that. Salakia. This is Isaiah 13:12. Salakia. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. In these times, man, the man is going to be a good hiding place, man. He's going to be a hiding place because that's what a man is for, man, protecting and providing for women and children. But this place has tricked you women into thinking that you don't need protection. But guess what? The tables are turning. Things are going back to the way that they are supposed to be. With all the changes, with a lot of the things that are happening, it's just forcing people to go back to the ways that it should be. This is going to force you women to humble down and to treat men with respect, like your life depends on it. Go back to Isaiah 32:2. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Yeah, a man gonna be back to how he's supposed to be viewed by women, as a protector, a savior, as security and safety, because these police is not going to be able to do anything really. But ultimately, I'm gonna close it out with Proverbs 18:10, one of my favorite scriptures. The name of the Lord is a strong tower; the righteous runneth into it and is safe. And so, a man that knows the Lord, pleasing to the Lord, trying to do the best he can to be in the good graces of the Heavenly Father and obey His laws, statutes, and commandments. These are the men that are going to be looked at like that golden wedge of Ophir, man. They're going to be looked at and sought after, man. Got one more. Just came to mind. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So you women is going to be trying to join yourself to a man of understanding. You know, a man of that understand these laws, statutes, and commandments, how to operate in these type of situations, and ultimately has the Lord on his side, man, to help him and his family make it through these rough times, man. That's what we coming into, man. Hope this been an edifying lesson. I'm gonna say Kwam Yasharala and a Baba Ball.